here. Your husband gonna get upset in a minute.
Yeah, because he said, I thought you wasn't getting on. I was like, just for
Wait
a
a
few
minute.
minutes. He must need something for him to call me.
Yeah, he called
Can
me
you
and
hear
he
us?
said, hold on, get on.
Wasn't
Ladies?
they having an in-person meeting though?
Yes, I couldn't attend. I already had
Hey,
etiquette
ladies.
class.
Uh, where you at, honey?
Joyce, Katrina, can you hear us?
Yeah. I should have went to the bathroom.
Like stuff. You can't even go straight. You can't
Gonna
even
need
stand
a
up straight.
laxative for
Can't
tomorrow.
even stand up straight.
All that meat. I remember, oh man, that's why I didn't eat a lot though. And I didn't eat a lot of red meat, lamb and chicken. Girl, I fell at work today.
You didn't have your cane with you?
No, but I fell. No, because I can walk without
Joyce,
it.
can you hear
What
us?
happened was,
Are you okay?
yeah, I fell off the chair bending over.
Lord have
Can you
mercy,
hear
Miss Joyce.
us?
You gotta be
Hi,
careful.
somebody speaking. Yeah. Somebody else joined us.
Did they?
I heard somebody.
No, it's just us.
Oh, yeah, I was bending over in the chair. My phone fell on the floor, and I went over to,
You didn't get
to
hurt,
pick
did
it
you?
up. No, I didn't hurt it. I'm glad I didn't fall on my side or anything. No.
I'm glad you didn't either. You just started walking good again. I can't hear you. I think Eric is
Somebody
Eric.
must have muted us.
No, that's you. You muted yourself.
Just, yeah, I just see somebody. I'm going to shut up.
Put him back on and on.
Me
Okay.
too.
You want me to speak? Hello?
Joyce, can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay. Now they. Joyce, give us one moment, okay?
Okay. I can barely hear y'all.
You can't vote, you can discuss on what edits, which you just mentioned, you can discuss what edits, which is not everything, and there's a side of you.
Good people, good people. You ready to call this meeting order? We can't vote, but I guess we can discuss the ethics. We can get on the same page and have that done ASAP. In terms of that, are we doing them individually, collectively? What do y'all think?
What we voting on?
Adding in information about the 2025 violence to make it more relevant to the community.
You know, like on the first page, the introduction part, we mentioned the July 4th violence. Is this thing on? I don't know. You can hear me, right?
It's not picking you up.
You can hear me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. In the introduction portion of the report draft now, there's a mention of the 4th of July violence that happened on Myrtle Avenue in 2024. So we just want to make sure that we bring the introduction up to date because of the violence that happened this 4th of July. So we can mention it in the same paragraph.
And then adding page numbers.
I think we have to be careful with updating it to the speed of time because this plan should have been out in April. That right there was added with the thought in mind that the plan would be out now. Now for us, I mean, what happens if there's a shooting? You know, this needs to be continually updated to the moment. Is that what we're trying to do?
I mean,
That was the thought, but we don't have to do that. I take your point. Oh, sorry.
You just want to stay on the same page and, you know, be on the same page, that's all.
Where the fuck is this lady going?
I think it's a great idea. Who's interested in updating that?
I could update that part of it, but we need to put the report in the shared drive so that everyone can access it and so that it can be clear that I'm the one updating it, right? So is the shared report, or is the report in a form where it could just be uploaded to the shared drive?
I believe it's in the shared drive, but if it's not, I'll add it. I'm pretty sure
I
it's in the
can
shared
add it
drive.
to one because I think the issue is like you're with the city and so we can't access anything so it would have to be one of ours in order for people to.
Oh, okay. So,
So if you want me to do, does everyone have Gmail and can access like Google Drive? Because I can upload it to Google Drive and then share the link with everybody.
okay.
That would be a little bit more efficient than one person trying to do all the updates.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I was just gonna summarize the Chief Cox interview.
I just sent over the notes that I took from when Chief Cox was here, except it didn't go to Randall, because somehow he blocked me. I got an undeliverable message from Randall, but everybody else should have it.
And then it just sounded like there was a desire to move some of the paragraphs around where it's a little bit, where it flows a little bit more consistently. On whatever page this is.
7.
Okay.
I would also really like to see the library mentioned as some of the locations where some of the activities and meetings can take place, like in the key initiatives and partnerships section. Number 6, anti-violence workshops, host workshops in schools, community centers, and local venues. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to throw libraries in there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We have 7 branches with multiple meeting rooms, so I always like to remind the community about that because they're free to use and they're adequate for these types of meetings.
Sounds good. Any other ideas? Modifications? So we want to address the Chief Cox summary and add library to the key initiatives and partnerships.
Yeah,
To number 6 under key initiatives and partnerships, where there's a description column.
Sure, you want to add
Yeah.
libraries to there?
Yeah.
Sure, makes sense. Now, when you say switch paragraphs around, I'm not sure.
so
On-
it was
if you look
page
at-
7, yeah, go ahead.
If you look at page 7, the pages need numbers, but that's an easy fix. But on page 7, where it says missing transcript from Chief Cox interview, the next paragraph is the one that starts the table below. You see that?
Yes, table below.
The table below, that paragraph could move above violence category and prevention strategy by ward. I think that's the area where it pertains to versus, because then it goes into key themes include. And I think, based on what Melody said, the key themes include paragraph is actually a general summary from all the interviews, so that could go after the Chief Cox summary, just to bring all of that together.
So you're saying that the table below paragraph should go before the violence category and prevention strategy, and
I
in its
think
place
so.
should be the Chief Cox interview.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so it's moving it below the notes section.
No problem. Got it.
And we weren't totally sure whether the notes section, how that fits in to the report overall, like you could think about that.
Yeah, maybe thinking of a different subject. For
Hello?
Hi,
Hi, okay, I'm on.
great. We're just talking about the report.
Oh,
Katrinia?
yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Do you have the report?
I don't have the report.
Okay, all right, well then you can just hear the edits we're proposing, and if you have anything to chime in with, feel free.
Okay, all right.
I also think we should do the logic models in the same way throughout. So like, the anti-violence workshop logic model is set up differently than the create an office of violence prevention, so just like uniformity throughout. You know, one has the goals, inputs, activities, et cetera, on a row, one has it in columns, just to clean that up a little bit.
Can you take care of that, Cam?
As soon as it's in a shared drive.
There you go.
Microphone.
Testing, testing, is this thing on? I just had 2 notes, and it's really opinion, so it's up to the group if you want to handle it this way. I know the urgency for this, and I think it's okay to cite the recent violence in the opening to create a shared sense of urgency, right? That we recognize this is late, but there have been roadblocks to this, and this is why. We cannot have these delays any longer. We need full engagement. I think it's okay to make a statement like that, citing the recent violence without trying to incorporate a ton of new things. I think it draws a parallel to the fact that here we are, another 4th of July has passed, and this is where we are, and we're, yeah, to create a shared sense of urgency.
I hear that, Diane. I mean, Eric's concern was that if we cite the most recent violence, like if shooting happened before the report comes out and after we finish that part, it'll be like a bad look for the report because, the point I want to make actually is does it make any sense to actually share our VPTF difficulties as part of the transparency of this report? Like,
Yes.
should we talk about the fact that we had a transition halfway through the cycle of our planning where, you know, a coordinator left and there was a period where a new coordinator had to be hired? Like, should this be a footnote anywhere in this report, or is that not part of what we need to be focusing the community on? I don't know.
I think so, just because one of our recommendations is that the city create an office of violence prevention, or I think I saw a mention of like an advisory council and things of that sort.
It was definitely Office of Violence Prevention, you're correct.
Yeah.
I think
So that us speaking to the challenges as currently we're this volunteer model with one sole coordinator, I think that would sort of reinforce the recommendation that we make. Like, it's hard to get work done without dedicated staff to it. And so I think our ask is for use funding to like have a dedicated staff to this work, so it's not like stop and go and now, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it should for that reason, even though I didn't explain that well.
Well,
Sorry, go ahead.
when you at first mentioned it, I didn't want to put us in a position where we were going backwards and not moving forward. But I think it's great, and if you're willing to add it.
I'm willing to draft something that
I'm
tells
talking to you,
that tells what I see as the truth, and have you all weigh in on it. I don't want to be the.
this is my recommendation. Because I think I'm hearing everybody, and I agree. I think there's a way that leave the report. Okay, the report is the report, and it's formatted properly, and these are the recommendations, and this is the work that has been done. But I believe there's a way to attach something to it with the submission of the report, perhaps, that's a statement from the group, because you don't want it to sound like an excuse, and you don't want it to sound like finger pointing at all, because we're all tired of that, I think, in the city. And I think it should read like,
The question will
like we are, like it's a statement from us, like we are frustrated as everyone, we are upset that here we are again, the urgency of this, like, and blah, 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 and we face these challenges, which we're now having, you know, we've found ways to overcome, and we need, like, all hands on deck buy-in ASAP, because, like, you know, find a way to make it sound like, we're turning this, we've learned, and here's the recommendation, and we can't wait another minute.
I
kind of
understand
thing.
completely.
Like-
That's the way I felt when I first heard about it. I felt exactly like that. My question is though, for a report that was
Microphone.
supposed to have been out in April, is it, for a report that was supposed to have been out in April, now we do know we had issues in terms of, the coordinator that was, steady. You understand what I'm saying? I'm wondering, should we be updating information beyond that
That's what I'm saying,
period,
make it
considering
just
that's
an
when it
att-
was,
Make
I'm
it,
just asking.
make it
I
just an
understand.
attachment, so the report is done, because the report, we're past the deadline, the report is done, and
But
here's
he's
the
asking,
submission.
like, should we actually include the information about the recent shooting in July? Because he's saying the report was due in April. But, and so it's like
I'm just
a
asking.
question
I'm not even on
between
one side or
That's what
another.
I'm saying, don't put
how
it in the report.
transparent do we be? Yeah,
Don't put it in the
I'm-
report, put it in a note in the submission, or in the presentation of the report.
Well, I can definitely do that in the presentation, that now, for sure,
Like, that's,
For
maybe that's where it goes, of like,
for sure.
look,
We
Because
still need to
I
draft
gotta
something.
present this to the common council.
Right.
And that's a big piece of what I was gonna do. After these 10 people.
maybe
this-
that's the
yeah.
place for it, because you don't, if you know, we'd be remiss not to acknowledge this, and couch it in the general frustration and the need to, you know, the
Agreed.
creating urgency, removing boundaries, barriers, and so on.
But isn't the whole point of the report just preparing for the next year? So we should address our frustrations with the transition and why everything lagged, because we're trying to prevent it from happening again. Because if we don't address it, then the cycle is just going to continue, because that happened the previous year with the previous task force, and then things just got dismantled and people didn't participate as much, so you have to address it, to prevent it from happening.
Yeah,
feel like-
I would almost say that the introduction could include something like, there is no possible way to create a report that's going to be up to date on all the incidents because of the nature of what we're trying to stop. And so, yeah, at some point we just have to say, okay, we're not adding another shooting to this because we have to get this passed. So then let's put that in there. There's no reason a statement like that can't be in the introduction. This is being, as of the writing of this report, you know, the most recent mass incident that we've seen is this, but by the time this is published, things could have changed, and it is exactly why we need this report and this body and the recommendations that we're making, right? So then we can acknowledge the most recent thing, but also not feel like we're going to be like, oh, when you miss this, well,
Yeah, and acknowledging, well, and to build on that, acknowledging the challenges that this body has had demonstrates and underscores the need for a different type of investment by the city in a violence prevention coordinator or something like a paid position or paid positions or department along those lines. Isn't that one of the recommendations that
I believe so. And I also would think that this is a great opportunity for people's personal statements to make these points, right? The report itself isn't really, I'm not sure. if
How
this-
many personal statements do you have now?
I have 6.
Are they from us?
no, I have not written mine. I have not written mine because I cannot figure out how to write one and
You
put
should
my
say,
name
say
on
the
it.
things you just said.
No, do you want my personal statement to be, I don't know how to write a personal statement about participating in this thing that's gonna have my name on it in front of the city of Albany, the county, a public thing where I'm saying, hey, this has been super frustrating?
I'm gonna show you mine.
If that's,
Like-
if that's what Randall just said. We want to inform those that come after us. If you feel like that'd be instructive, go for it.
No, I don't. I think that will put a target on my back. That is what I'm saying. I'm afraid that if I
Talk
say,
about who?
I work places that it could be a problem.
Oh,
That's
I'm
all.
not-
Like,
I'm not sure about that part.
I
Yeah.
don't need, okay. Thank you. It's not easy. It's not easy to just say.
I say, speak your truth. I think
tried to describe it
the
in a
ones that come after us, we benefited by us being honest.
That's because you work for the city. I have a business. I have another job. I don't need this to get in the way of both of those things because there's something with my name on it that criticizes something.
Cam, I would never tell you what to write. I would
I know.
assume that based upon that fact, you'll make it make sense.
Do we have to attach the personal statements to the people that wrote them, or could we possibly like consolidate everybody's statements
All of the past reports I've seen, people individually made their statements.
Okay, so it says specifically it came from this person.
Yeah, this is an idea that precedes us.
So where are we gonna put that in here? Where's that gonna
The
go?
reports that I saw, they had it in the very beginning, their personal statements,
Okay, so after the executive summary or before?
prior to. The report this right here is the one that you had done.
Right.
The one that the council has the personal summaries is more robust. This right here was the
Yeah,
edited
the
version that you had.
the over 100-page one you're referring to, right? The thick one.
The one that we had?
No, the one,
Oh, that they had?
the prior
Prior
task
one?
force report.
Yeah, but a lot of that was basically transcripts from their meetings and things of that nature. It wasn't bulk information. Their recommendations were thinner than ours. It was nothing even close to a logic model. Actually, Tom Holy and Kimbrough told me that this report is one of the best reports they've seen.
Have they seen it?
Yeah. Not to the degree of, being able to move with it. They want to submit it. That's why, we're having this meeting right now to get it to the point where that can even happen.
I think just cleaning it up to where I guess everyone feels comfortable submitting it, because it's clear that it's a draft. And so we just got to get it to a place.
With the understanding that, we kind of got started on this without the sure footing. So I think, we need to be proud of what we have so far. If any of these initiatives are put into action the way I can see it, just the athletic one. This is a conversation that we had that now is getting an opportunity to actually happen.
Can this just be our joint statement? I read fast too. There's a lot.
So in terms of those moving to the paragraphs, I agree with that. Anything else where you saw paragraphs need to be modified or adjusted?
So the part we're talking about would just be like statements from task force members?
The personal
I'm
statement?
just like, what would be the subject
For what?
for the personal statements?
That's our experience with the task force. So do you want to hear mine?
I mean, if it helps, I can scan and send you some of the other ones, if you read them, they go to gamut. Some people are just talking about their experience. Some people are quoting the Bible and quoting scripture. Some people are talking about personal experiences in the streets and how it runs the gamut. It's a personal statement, literally just that. Everybody approached it in a different kind of way. It really wasn't a template that I saw. But I could scan a couple and send them to you, yeah. Some people had a piece this big, some people had a page and a half.
But it sounds like we haven't landed on if we're going to include them or not include them.
Oh, we're definitely going to include them.
So we are.
Yes.
Okay. And we're just going to go with the ones we have?
I had a conversation with the councilman about that too, and no one is forced to do a public statement, personal statement. If you choose to, you want to offer that to inform those coming after us, that's great. But if you don't, you don't have to.
I think it might be helpful to clarify, if I'm correct about this, that a public statement or a personal statement from a member of the task force can be entirely future-focused, positive, like what your own commitment to violence prevention is.
Sure, it's your personal
Like,
statement. Yeah.
in other words, it doesn't have to be about our specific experience on this task force. Like, it needs to be helpful. It needs to be supportive of the efforts of the task force, right? I mean,
Yeah, informative
so
in that
if
way,
being
yeah.
supportive of the efforts of the task force means talking about your commitment to anti-violence and how you are acting or how your organization acts, I mean, I included just that one of my biggest takeaways is that violence prevention is a year-round effort. As the director of Albany Public Library, I will continue promoting the library as a safe space for the community and supporting violence prevention efforts in the year to come. I mean,
That's
sort of a
very-
nothing burger, but it's also how I feel.
Well, I mean, hey, you can leave it there. You can
I
elaborate.
like it because it
right?
does
But people,
allow the readers to get to know a little bit more about who's on the task force, because I know that's going to be the main thing. Is
Yeah.
like everybody wanting to know the who's who, right? And so who's up there and why and what's their role and how are they contributing. So but I didn't do that with mine, but
But also, I mean, we, like, we're only gonna have how many personal statements total? I mean,
if every member,
10?
that'd be 9 to 10, yeah.
9?
And like, as I first said, it's a choice. You can add that
Well, it would be
or
weird
not.
if I was, if, for example, if it would be weird if only 2 of us had personal statements in there.
It would be 2 personal statements. But that's not the situation we're in at this point. At this point, I have 6. Which,
Oh, you have 6, okay.
Yeah.
I kind of want to edit mine a little tiny bit, so I'll send you a new
no
one.
problem, no problem.
I want to be mindful that we have another member.
Oh, Shaniqua has an announcement.
I want to be mindful that we have another member on Zoom, because we did initially say about 5 minutes, that we'll have them on Zoom. So Katrina, do you have anything that you would like to add, before because I know you have to go to another meeting?
Yes, no, I was just trying to, listen in and see what was going on, getting updates on everything. So I'm good.
Okay.
We appreciate you.
Oh, no worries. Thank you, guys.
So if, Melody, if you could just, I guess, sum up where the task force is, the direction that you guys are gonna go in, so you guys can also decide on the special meeting that needs to take place.
I think I have maybe succeeded with sharing this on Google Drive with everybody. If you're not a Gmail user, just request access and I'll let you in. So at least we can start working on updating it before our special meeting, and I think we just need to identify some dates we would like to throw out to the entire task force to identify when we'll have our next meeting.
Why don't we poll for any day next week?
Hmm?
Why don't we poll for any day next week?
Any day next week?
So we have to make sure that we are noticing the meeting because it's a special meeting. So
Any
if
week?
the task force, if the members could email Eric some dates that you are available, not next week, but for the following week, that way we just have time to post. You guys don't have to decide this evening, but it sounds like the intention is to have a special meeting in the foreseeable future.
But if it's like next Friday, I could probably post it on this Thursday, right?
It also depends on their availability, so I don't want to
Well,
jump
we
the
gotta,
gun
we
and
gotta
say-
make the updates.
Yep, you have to have time to do the updates.
Okay.
So the week of the 21st, we would be looking at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not this
We
week
don't
coming,
have to
but the following.
decide, no one has to decide right now, but it just sounds like you guys are moving towards the direction of a special meeting.
Because
Right,
I think we need a week to notice for the special meeting. So whatever it is, we need a week to.
Oh, you need 7 days.
But you also need time to make the updates to the
Right.
working draft.
I'll just
So-
say the 24th and 25th, it doesn't look like I'm available those evenings, but Monday through Wednesday may work.
Okay, so, all right.
So,
So those days
I
on the
just
phone.
figured if at least we can get some people that are here to agree on what dates we
Yeah,
want
I
to
mean,
throw out, then we
Wednesday the 22nd, excuse me, Wednesday the 22nd also works for me.
The 23rd, the
No, the
22nd.
22nd, not the 23rd.
Okay, that's the Tuesday.
Anyone else have conflicts?
That's next Tuesday, so that's too soon for us to know.
Oh,
So we
That's
we
week 10.
don't have to decide this evening, but just, I would say, email Eric the dates that you are available. That way we can get that scheduled and everyone has time to make the updates. Does that sound
I
good?
see, because 10 days from today is the 25th. So it would be,
We
okay,
talking the
possibly
week-
that last week
we
of July.
talking the week of the 28th to the 30th.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
All right.
So just get their availability and then that's it. You guys do not have to decide on the dates. But it just sounds like you guys are in a direction of going for a special meeting. Right, so. Because you're going on vacation. It sounds like you guys got a working plan, but you really got a working plan.
Yeah, yeah.
You can end it.
That's the only way this is gonna happen.
You throw it out for 2 weeks.
So it sounds like it's gonna be.
Okay, so we said we're going. Good people, good people. Anything else anybody want to mention?
We were just trying to nail down dates, and it's looking a little dicey.
But Shanique was saying, we don't have to knock it down today. I think people may need to go over their schedules, and let's
Right.
try to say by like, maybe by the end of this week, let's know, and that'll give me next week, you know, or that day of, to get it out, and by that following, the following week will be good.
When is our next scheduled meeting for the task force?
So you don't have another scheduled meeting? This meeting was an addition because you guys had to make up a meeting. So right now, this is why we're saying that you don't have to decide at this point in time, but it sounds like you're gonna call a special meeting to finalize the report and to approve it. So if everyone can email Eric your availability, that way he can coordinate the schedule and then have time to post the meeting notice.
If I can get that by the, you know, before the end of this week, that'd be great.
Yes.
Okay, so like I said, we don't need to do that tonight, but so we got that figured out by the end
So
of the week.
after the report is out, we don't meet anymore?
You don't have any more meetings scheduled because the task force, you guys decided on a schedule at the beginning of the year or end of last year with all of your meetings for 2025.
Okay,
So this meeting was a makeup from the previous meeting that we did not have quorum at.
I see. And then technically,
So any additional meeting would be a special meeting.
okay.
And after this is implementation, according to Councilman Hoey.
But we wouldn't meet to implement.
Say that again?
We wouldn't meet to implement, or would
Yes,
we?
you would. So those would be, at that time, the task force, all of you have to decide with Eric on additional meetings that you want to schedule at that time.
I see. Okay.
Any other ideas, thoughts, comments, concerns?
I guess I was trying, to make it easier for you, I was trying to figure out if there's dates we can just suggest for you to throw out to the rest of the group, because if we give you our availability, that could be all over the place, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the dates would be from the 28th to the 31st.
Okay, you guys can email him, that way we can have it down and we can coordinate everyone's schedule.
So once I get everybody's dates, what I'll do is I'll see what would make sense. I'll streamline it.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it sounds like the week you're looking at, they're saying they're on vacation, so
Right.
that
Yeah.
week's not.
Three of us are not here.
and that's okay, we can decide, Eric, just.
So we're looking into August
at
at this point.
We'll coordinate the schedule, because we also have meetings, in council. So we'll coordinate.
But at least the report will be done by then, so.
Okay, on that note, is everybody, we good?
I guess.
Okay, so I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. You know, appreciate y'all commitment. I love the fact that we want to recognize the intensity of the situation after July the 4th. So I thank y'all and I appreciate that.
Absolutely.